here with Ohio State head coach Ryan Day. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good. I had a lot of fun watching y'all start a season in November, end the season in January, and still play for a national championship. Has it all settled in for you, one, how hard that was, and two, just what your team was able to accomplish in 2020?
I think it's settled in. I still don't think we've seen all the ramifications of what that meant. We still have a lot of young guys on our team that haven't had a spring practice, from last year. They missed 6 games. Now we finally got to our spring this year, so that was good. But 45 young players, first and second year guys. So it's going to take a toll on us for a little while. But I think that we also got stronger from it. We learned a lot from ourselves. But I'm glad it's behind us.
So you gave a press conference just a little bit after the season ended. One of the things you had said is, hey, we just need some time off. We got to recharge. This is very hard. How did you use that time?
Yeah, I just, we get with family and we travel. A lot of times we go back up to where we're from, where our family, both my wife and I are from the same hometown. And so we'll go back and visit there. It's kind of our way to get away a little bit and recharge. Try to get away a little bit as a family, do some vacation stuff. And, the more we can do that, the more recharged we are for the season.
We tell coaches a lot that they hit the ground running. But in your case, I think there's a new bar that has been set just with the success that you've had and how well things have been going at Ohio State. Did you feel any pressure when you first took this job, and do you still feel pressure with this job?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the pressure, and I'd say what's the hardest part of the job? It's that. It's the pressure and expectations. You're coming off a legendary coach in Urban Meyer who was 7-0 against a team up north and, unbelievable record and everything he's done, national championship. So, and then you think about all the history of great coaches that have come before, and Jim Tressler, and you got John Cooper, you got Earl Bruce, Woody Hayes. And so sometimes when you take a deep breath and you look at the list of those guys, it gives you pause. But I think at the end of the day, all you can do is just focus on doing a great job right now. You start to worry too much about all that other stuff, you get distracted, and that's what we try to do.
Coach Urban once told me that he feels relief at the end of that game. It's like, no, it's not really elation. It's, okay, all right, we got that one in the books. Right. Let's move on to the next. And you did that in recruiting this year. I got to say, I was very impressed with how you guys were able to respond with all the restrictions that we've had. We went 16 months without kids being able to travel, really take in universities. Yeah. Who do you credit when you look at this 2021 class that you were able to put together? Yeah,
it's everybody. It's Mark Pantoni does an unbelievable job, but the assistants, when you think about, Larry Johnson and Brian Hartline, Tony Alford, did an unbelievable job. Kerry Combs. We have some really good recruiters on our staff. And the one thing that I think we've done a really good job of is making sure that they understand the way they're being recruited is the way they're going to be treated. And there can't be any de-recruiting when they get here. And so opening that up, understanding that this, really, people talk about a family environment, but I think when people, feel what our environment is like, they feel that. Now, they didn't have the opportunity to walk in the Woody. I say that all the time. When you walk in the Woody, you just know that, people care about each other. We didn't have that opportunity, so we had to find ways virtually to do that. And again, you just got to tip your hat to the staff and the way those guys built those relationships. And then the guys that jumped in early, Kyle McCord and Jack Sawyer and some of those, they recruited the guys that signed in the class as well. So they became really tight.
No, I got to know Reed really well throughout this process, and I'm very impressed by him. Kid coming out of Ironton, I expect a couple of years going to be the backbone of your defense. I need to ask you, and I would be remiss if I didn't. How are your quarterbacks progressing? What do you like about each one of those guys? Yeah,
they're doing a good job. There's no way to, replace experience. They got to play and they need reps, and they didn't have that last year. So, we're a little behind there. But I think all three of them, Kyle just got here, this January, but has really assimilated quickly. His body's changed. He's done a really good job leadership-wise. He really showed that he can command the offense. And then you have C.J. Stroud, who, he, played a little bit last year but didn't throw a pass. Wish he had been able to play in some games along with Jack Miller. He didn't. So, but he had a good solid spring. And then same thing with Jack. Jack got in some games, scored a touchdown. In one of the games, I think it was early, maybe might have been the first game of the year, and showed some growth as well. But they don't know what they don't know, and that's what young quarterbacks. That's how it works. But the good news is for all three of them, if they focus on the development, not so much about who's the starting quarterback at the beginning of the year, it's a long way to January. And the good news is we have a really good supporting cast around them. So if they can just make routine plays routinely, take care of the football, then they're going to be successful.
No, like the joke I say is you got to exist in those 2 seconds between distributing the ball to Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and your outstanding backfield. Now, I've been watching Travion Henderson for a very long time, and I say very long time since about sophomore in high school, so that long.
Yep.
But that kid looks to be special to me. Has he flashed any of that to you?
Oh yeah, he flashed a few times in the spring for sure. Very serious. He's a really special young man. I walked by him in the hot tub, and he was doing some warming up or whatever before, and he had his phone on him, and I thought he'd be on Instagram or something like that. He was on one of the stock market things. I said, "What are you looking at?" He says, "Well, I bought some of Tesla yesterday." He took some of his money and he invested it in Tesla. I think it just goes to show you what kind of a kid he is. He's really thoughtful, really mature, but has a chance to be special.
How much are you going to lean on a guy like Sevyn Banks to try to make your secondary into what it has been in years past?
Yeah, no, I mean, Sevyn's going to have to play for us. Veteran guys have to play veteran if you want to be great, if you want to make a run in December and January. And so Sevyn, now is going to be healthy. We got more depth, so we can roll some of those guys now. We got Cam Brown back. We got some of those young guys now showing up. So we have more depth than we had last year. So I think with another year under his belt, a whole year of development that we didn't have the year before, spring practice, he's going to be good.
We hear a lot about Coach Johnson's room, and I make the joke that whoever is eligible for the draft, coming out of the Ohio State defensive line room, you just take him, sight unseen, whatever it might be. But one of the ways in which I got to know how important he is to you is you weren't able to go to a game, and this is the man that you left in charge. What is it about Coach Johnson that you trust so much and makes him such a great coach?
Well, he was a great high school head coach, and has an unbelievable tradition of developing defensive linemen. That is what it is. But he, when he gets up in front of a group, people are listening. He's very well thought out, a lot of respect, and he knows how to command a room. And I think part of what makes him special is just that. And I knew I think it was on either Wednesday or Thursday when I got taken out of there with a few of the guys. Didn't even think twice, handed it over to Coach Jay, and he did a great job. And the guys responded. You can see in the locker room after the game some of the videos, and they're dumping Gatorade on him and dancing with him, that the guys relate to him. Even though maybe he isn't as close to age as some of the other coaches, he still over the years has found a way to relate to his players.
One of the traditions that I have become wise to in the last few years growing up in Oklahoma, right, watching the Big Ten from the outside, is the removal of the black stripe. Could you tell us more about what that ritual is for Ohio State? Yeah,
so when guys come in as freshmen, they all have a black stripe. It doesn't matter actually if you're a freshman or if you're a transfer. If you're new to the program, you have a black stripe right in the middle of your helmet. And then whenever you start making enough plays where you've now become a guy, you then have your stripe taken off. And so with C.J. Barnett now, used to be Ryan Stamper, gets up in front of the group, and he'll say, "We have a stripe." Everyone gets excited. He calls out who it is. That person will get up with their big brother. The big brother rips off the stripe, and then he gets up, says a few things, says "Go Bucks," and that means he's officially now a Buckeye.
Right on, Coach. I want to pivot to what I think are going to be some fun questions, so please, by all means, have fun with them.
Sure.
The first one I have for you is, can you say 3 nice things about your rival?
No.
Okay, fair enough. I like the definitiveness of that no. Okay, who was your favorite college football player growing up?
If I had to name one, I really enjoyed watching Charlie Ward. Yeah, Charlie Ward was fun to watch. I loved those years, Warwick Dunn. I used to like watching, Florida State at that time growing up. They were really good team, and he was dynamic. I liked watching him play as a basketball player as well. But playing quarterback, he was really dynamic in the college football game, and those were great teams and fun to watch.
If you could add a player from a movie, TV show that played football, who would you add to your roster?
Well, Alvin Mack from the program was Wyatt Davis's dad.
Yeah.
So, and I love Dwayne. He's a great dude. So I think if I had to say one, I think I'd say Dwayne.
I was about to say, go with Alvin Mack and not Featherstone. I want to make sure we do that. No, I appreciate that. I've had Steve Latimer as an answer
Oh,
too.
jeez.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna go with Alvin Mack myself too. One I've given to all of the coaches. What was the last job you had before going into coaching?
I worked for a winter. No, I was actually. It was at the it was an arcade. So when I was in college, me and a few of my buddies worked at an arcade in Hampton, New Hampshire. It was called Playland Arcade. And the funny thing was that Billy O'Brien worked there as well, the head coach of the Texans, who's now with Alabama. And when I see him, I laugh about that all the time. I say maybe we shouldn't be telling anybody that was one of our jobs. But when we were in college, the gentleman who owns it was a very generous man, took great care of us, and we would spend our summers working at the arcade.
Last one of these is who, not named Ohio State, has the best uniforms in college football?
Uniforms. You know, I don't know what it is. My wife wouldn't agree because she doesn't like it, but when we were at Florida, I liked the blue and the orange. I don't know why. I liked it. She didn't, so she thought I was crazy, but I kind of liked the Florida uniforms.
No, monochromatically, those go together. Coach, I had the audacity to put together the all-time Big Ten offense and defense as I saw it.
Oh, wow.
Who am I missing?
This is first team offense?
Yes, sir. And first team defense is on the other card.
Oh, you got no. I mean, that's pretty. Let me see. Defense. It's a pretty good list.
I tell the kids, like I've told some of the coaches.
No Bosa, huh?
No Bosa.
No Bosa?
I can only have two ends, Coach.
I know, but
okay.
Those dudes are freaks.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. As a matter of fact, I gave this to Zach. He said, yeah, you got to have them both. I said, well, I don't have any D tackles. Yeah, you do. He said, yeah, you do. You got two Bosas.
No, this is a great list.
Okay. All right.
I'm probably forgetting somebody.
Yeah, the one that people have been loudest about is there's no Archie.
All right, well, yeah.
Yeah. Somehow winning two Heisman seems to stick out.
Yeah, I know. Archie was special.
Yeah, man.
You know, Archie had such an impact on so many people in the city of Columbus. You know, when you hear the stories, I had no idea, but, you know, growing up there and then playing there and then staying there, you know, now that I've been in Columbus for 5 years, it's just, I can't tell you how many people have talked to me about, you know, when I grew up, you know, I watched Archie play, and then the impact he had on the youth and so many people in that area is pretty special. So I'll go with Archie too.
Okay. And that's what you would want for your kids.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah.
Ohio State coach Ryan Day, thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm here with Ohio State players Thayer Munford, Jeremy Ruckert, Zach Harrison. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. How excited are y'all to play in front of a full shoe? Let's start with you, Thayer.
I can't wait. I know everybody else cannot wait on our team too, because like last year, of course, like COVID was like so hard just to get ready. You know, our first series was actually pretty good, but after that, it was like, all right, we gotta bring our own energy as well.
Right on, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, my favorite part about playing at Ohio State is the whole game day atmosphere of waking up in the morning and doing the whole game day walk and seeing all your family come out to support you and then just see the full stadium. It's nothing like it, and I'm really excited to get that back.
What you guys, Zach?
It's gonna be electrifying, man. I can't wait. The first game, around the tunnel, see it red everywhere. They're cheering on their feet loud. It's gonna be a good time.
What was the most difficult thing for you, Thayer, last year in preparing each day to try to play football?
Not knowing if we're going to play or not, because we had one game we was supposed to play, but he had to cancel because of COVID, and COVID was the biggest thing for us, and it was like a hard thing mentally just to prepare for all that. You know, who's going to go in? If somebody goes down, everybody got to be ready. But at the end of the year, everybody was ready just to go in and play, and some young guys stepped up as well.
Jeremy, tell me about these tight ends, man, because we've given a lot of love to the wide receivers here lately.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's how it goes. We're used to it. But, you know, hopefully we can change that up pretty soon, change the narrative. We've been working hard. We work just hard. We do what an offensive tackle does and what the receiver does. So, I mean, hopefully we can get a little bit more love.
I'm on your behalf, I'm going to ask Coach Day to start throwing you the rock just a little bit, Zach, man, I look at your position, y'all loaded everywhere, and you got these two very talented freshmen that are going to help you out. How do you feel about your defensive line?
I'm excited. You know, it's a veteran group now that we got in D-line, and we all know what it takes to get to our goals and to reach our goals, and we've taken that approach personally. That, like, you know, the nation doesn't really know us. Like, we're a bunch of no-name guys, is what Coach Jay always says. And so we're excited to, you know, go prove all the doubters wrong and just ball out this season.
I'm gonna go ahead and overrule Coach Jay and say, no, we know. We know what comes out of that room. At this point is, hey, who is eligible for the draft on that line? Cool, that's our first round pick. It's fine. So going into this year, you guys are gonna open against Minnesota, right? You open with a Big Ten game, September 4th. How is it gonna feel when you know you're walking into there and you're going to have an opportunity to run the table once again?
I feel great.
Okay.
Minnesota is a great team. You know, we expect them to actually bring their best as well. But also, just having that first game, seeing their fans, like, for me, it's gonna be quite nice just to see, like, fans and people be right by each other. You know, high five each other if they score a touchdown. But also, when we score a touchdown, they'll be quiet as well. So I can't wait for that part either.
Right on. Jeremy, I'm going to give you the first of what I think is the fun questions, okay? Fun questions. Say 3 nice things about your rival.
Respected program, traditional, and nothing else. That's it. That's all I got.
Zach, what you got?
Man, the team up north, they're a respected program. They got a really rich tradition. Nothing else.
Swallow hard. Thayer, what you got?
Respect the program, 100%, yeah. I can't really think of that.
I actually do. I got one. They have pretty cool away jerseys. Uniforms.
Okay.
They're white on white.
Come on now.
Their white on white is actually pretty cool. That's it.
He said you can't be saying that.
I mean,
Big stadium. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's not bad.
Not bad. All right. Thayer, who is your favorite movie football player?
I say Michael Orr. Yeah, the reason why is because he went through a lot.
Okay.
You know, I read his book about what actually went on during that time when he was with Ole Miss and stuff, and you know, just seeing how he grew up, seeing what he accomplished during the times that he was in the NFL and in college football, that motivates me and hopefully other tackles or other offensive line players that look up to him. You know, just to strive for greatness.
Jeremy, who's your favorite?
Bobby Boucher.
Okay.
The Water Boy. I think he's got some wired different. You gotta respect that. I wouldn't want to block him.
Zach.
Earl Maggot from The Longest Yard.
It's nice.
The running
It's
back,
nice.
yeah.
I wish Nelly could run the ball like
Yeah.
that. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, guys. Who has the best uniforms in college football, and you cannot say Ohio State?
The Buckeyes.
I said you can't say Ohio
said
State.
I didn't say
He
Ohio
said it
State.
anyway.
I didn't say Ohio State.
Okay.
I like the uniforms that they wear in like the Army Navy game.
Okay.
How they like make their own, like they paint the helmets and everything like that. I think those are pretty sweet. I like watching that every year.
Yeah, man. It was all black, go hard. Thayer, what you got?
Any team that wears all black or all white.
Any team.
Any team.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell the Ruckers guys that you appreciate the uniforms. All right, guys. I put together what I thought was the all-time best offense and defense ever in Big Ten history.
All right.
Who did I miss? And feel free to trade.
Got Nick on defense. Nick and Joey.
Yeah, Nick and Joey.
Yeah, got
Not the best
both
on
too.
that list.
Wait a second. I can't have both of them and Chase.
It's 4 D lineman spots. There's only 3
It's
of them.
just 3 DNs.
Hey,
You kick one of them inside.
exactly. Yes, and who else was hard?
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think.
We staring hard.
Yeah.
A few more Buckeye running backs. Need to be
Eddie
on this
George,
list.
Archie Griffin,
Yeah,
won 2
Archie.
Heismans.
Yeah,
I was
he's
waiting
not
on
the
it.
list.
2 Heismans,
Depends on how you feel about the Heisman. Justin didn't win the Heisman,
but Archie won 2 of them.
but Justin didn't win one.
Yeah, but that's
all right,
obvious. Though. That's the obvious one.
You know what? We could continue to argue about it, but I got to get y'all up out of here. Thayer, Jeremy, Zach, thank you so much for this, guys.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.